The most powerful move you can make in life is the one that involves no action at all. This idea aligns closely with Stoic philosophy, which teaches that strength is not derived from reacting impulsively or desperately seeking validation, but rather from maintaining control over one's emotions and actions. In the Stoic mindset, it's not about exerting force, making a spectacle, or constantly proving your worth to others. True strength lies in the ability to remain calm, composed, and unmoved by external circumstances. This is the quiet power of emotional detachment, a key concept in Stoicism. Warriors, in particular, understand that victory is often achieved not by engaging in every battle or responding to every provocation, but by choosing when to engage and when to step back. They know that their energy is a precious resource, one that should be used wisely, and that sometimes the most strategic move is to do nothing at all. When you stop seeking closure, explanation, or validation from those who fail to appreciate you, you take back your power. Instead of offering them a final word or desperately trying to explain your side of things, you allow your absence to speak for itself. This move might be difficult at first, as it requires a great deal of emotional discipline, but it is also profoundly liberating. You see, people are conditioned to expect responses, explanations, and actions that they can understand. They are accustomed to the noise, the long messages, the arguments, the begging, the pleading, but when you simply disappear, when you walk away without a word, they are left in the silence. This is when their minds start to spin. The confusion, the uncertainty, and the lack of closure create a feeling of unease within them. They will wonder what went wrong, why you stopped reacting, why you didn't beg, why you didn't fight for them. And as they try to piece together the answers, they will come to realize that they have lost something they took for granted. This is where the true power lies, in their inability to control the situation. The longer they go without hearing from you, the more they will be haunted by your absence. Time works in your favor, and it reveals the truth. In the beginning, they may act unbothered, as if they have moved on easily, but deep down, they are pretending. The truth is, they are still waiting for you to react, for you to give them a sign that you still care. When that sign never comes, when the days turn into weeks and the weeks into months, they will begin to realize that you are no longer a part of their world. They will notice that no one else listens the way you did, understands them the way you did, or treats them the way you did. And that realization will slowly but surely eat away at them. They will start comparing others to you, and no one will measure up. The absence of your presence will become deafening. In this quiet absence, you are teaching them the most valuable lesson, that they no longer have access to you, that you were never desperate for their attention, and that you were always able to walk away with your dignity intact. You don't need to explain yourself or beg for closure. You don't need to chase after their approval or try to make them see your worth. When you let your silence speak for you, when you allow them to sit with their own regrets, you are forcing them to confront their own actions and the consequences of taking you for granted. Over time, as they reflect on the past, they will come to understand that they were never in control of you. They were always at the mercy of your indifference. And that realization, it will haunt them. By the time they come to terms with what they lost, by the time they finally muster the courage to reach out or try to make amends, you will be so far ahead in life, so deeply immersed in your own growth and journey, that you won't even notice. You will have moved on, not just from them, but from the very need for their approval. The real victory is not in proving anything to them, but in living your life so fully and so confidently that their absence doesn't faze you. The quiet strength that comes from walking away without looking back is far more powerful than any confrontation or explanation. It is a force that shifts the power dynamic, leaving them questioning everything while you remain in control of your own path. Ultimately, this is the Stoic way: to live with integrity, to value your own peace of mind over external validation, and to trust that time will always reveal the truth. You don't need to force the narrative. Time, silence, and absence do the work for you. And when they finally realize what they lost, you will already be too far ahead to care. The most powerful move you can ever make is to leave them wondering if they ever mattered to you at all. This moment of silence is one of the most potent forces you can wield, yet it's the one most people avoid out of fear. Right now, you might be thinking that blocking them will make a statement, or cutting them off will teach them a lesson. You may believe that reacting with anger, sadness, or indifference will shake them to their core, but the truth is, it doesn't. People don't panic when they're blocked. They don't fear rejection when you react. They panic when you become a mystery, when they can no longer predict your actions, when the comfort of knowing where they stand with you is suddenly ripped away without warning. Imagine a puppet master who controls every move of the puppet with the pull of a string. Now, imagine in an instant, the strings are cut. The puppet falls limp, and no matter how hard the puppet master tries, the puppet won't move. That moment of loss of control is exactly what happens when you stop reacting, when you remove yourself without a fight, without a scene, without any warning. This absence your silences shakes them in a way that no argument or closure could ever do. They will check their phone at night, scrolling through old messages, staring at a blank screen where your name used to light up, wondering where you went. They will begin to feel an unease, an anxiety they won't admit. Initially, they won't miss you, not at first. People rarely realize the value of something until it's gone. At first, they'll tell themselves that they made the right decision, that they're better off, and they might even convince themselves that they don't care. But silence works like slow poison. It creeps up on them, and before they know it, they feel the emptiness left behind by your absence. The discomfort sets in, and that's when the panic begins. They wonder, what happened? And why aren't you reaching out? They can't figure you out anymore, and that's when they begin to question everything. They'll wonder if they ever really mattered to you at all. This is where the fear often sets in for you. You fear that if you don't block them, if you don't send a message, if you don't make a grand statement, they might think you still care. You fear they'll move on without a second thought, but that's the lie you've been fed. The truth is, they never gave you closure, did they? Did they sit you down and explain their actions, or consider your feelings when they walked away? No, they left, assuming you'd always be there, assuming they could come back when it was convenient. But now, you're flipping the script. You're taking back your power in a way they never expected. Picture walking into a store where everything is free, no prices, no rules. It's fun at first. You take what you want, leave when you feel like it. But then, one day, the store is just gone. No sign, no warning, nothing. And suddenly, you realize how valuable that store was. That's exactly what happens when you go silent. People don't value your presence until it's replaced with the deafening silence of your absence. But let's be real. Silence isn't easy. It's uncomfortable. You'll be tempted to check in, to send just one more message, just to see if they noticed. But every time you break your silence, you're giving them back the power you took away. You're telling them they still matter, that you still care. That's the cycle you must break.